Okay, now you're thinking like
I was leading tones.
B flat to D, from there up to F.
And then you go back to B.
Yeah. Can you use those as like leading tones too? Like the D flat
To A.
to the D? I'm sorry, to C?
D flat to C.
The flat's pulled down. Right?
That's possible, yeah. But what we're talking about is just a,
Chromatic third relationship.
you don't have to justify it. You don't have to have it as part of a plan. It's just explained by the fact that it's the chromatic relationship, third relationship to the previous chord. So what Tim's alluding to is, could you make a master plan that's like built on chromatic thirds? And that would be the next step that the composers did. Is could they actually come up with a series of chords that were all chromatic
But
thirds?
you can have too much.
You know,
You'd have to have a rest, I would think. Or
they actually wanted to find out how much is too much of this. So many composers really tried to do it quite a bit just to see, you know, when does it start and over. But amazingly, some of them had some pretty long strings with it. But they thought it out rather carefully. So, for example, this doesn't look like chromatic thirds. Let's see if I start with the C, E, G, and then this does, right? But this looks like a fifth relationship here, but it's not.
chromatic third or fifth.
No, this is
Oh,
fifth relationship here, but what the composers are thinking of is this is a third down, but this is a third up, from C up to E flat. So they would have like a third up, and in between they would put a third down. So in other words, you could get entire strings of chords where every single chord is a third relationship to the original chord, and then it actually ends back up on the top.
Can you do another one and then have us hear it, and another triad there, another minor third triad, and hear the progression there?
Yeah, if I come back to this, I can do this one. So
Yeah.
it would be something like this. You're in C. So, it's very logical.
Yeah.
You don't really realize it, but we are hearing that E flat as a third relationship because it comes back to the C, or it relates back to the original. And so this became a kind of a compositional tool for some composers, just to see how they could do this. At the top of page 340, where did he dig this up?
Shrill and hollow voices, yeah. Sounds like a band piece.
Well, I had to look this guy up. He was an excellent organist in the 16th century. He died in 1601 or so.
and he's in the close of the 19th century.
He was, he experimented with this. But as we all know, since he's not a household name, Luzzasco Luzzaschi. Yeah, this was an experiment that he had done. So it's like people had thought of it before, but evidently it doesn't work with shrill and hollow voices.
Only the last two letters of his name are changed.
Yeah.
In figure 12.3, here's a Schubert sonata. There's a section in D, and then he tonicizes F natural. So how do you get to F natural from D? Well, that's difficult, right? He just jumps there. And how do you explain it? It's a chromatic third relationship. So Schubert was romantic. Don't leave the history of music books when they say he was classical. He was romantic.
And then a change of mode.
So then the flat third in that key signature
F natural. Yeah, from the tonic up. He's in D, and then he goes to F. In
Flat,
fact,
flat third, which is actually F natural.
Yeah.
That's where,
So-
And that's a change of mode there too, the second system.
where?
Well, I guess it's the last measure in the first system going into the second.
No, we wouldn't call it change of mode because it's built on an F natural.
yeah.
We'd need something that was in the key and then build other notes on that. No, it's very sudden. We don't need to explain it with anything except to say that it's chromatic third relationship. It's suddenly. So he's in D, and he gives us things like dominant, tonic 6/4, dominant 7. Okay. He does a change of mode, tonic minor, to help introduce the F natural. That's very clever. So. Then when he introduces the F, he goes. Pretty good. And then,
Tonicized F.
then when he goes back into D, he's into A, 5/7 of 4. So the good news is, if you could just wrap your mind around the chromatic third, what it means, it's disgustingly easy to use. You don't have to prepare it, you don't have to justify it. You just need a place where you want a dramatic moment. And you can just kind of plug it into the music. And it is so effective. This is where people go, oh, that's my favorite part. And I don't know, it feels odd because it's so easy. You'd think you'd have to work really hard to get it. Figure 12.4, oh, Wolf. Wolf is this, I told you, the guy that wrote the songs, and he experimented quite a bit. He's in B flat major. You turn the page, he modulates, or doesn't modulate, he just shifts to D. There's your chromatic third relationship. And then he goes to G flat. So here's what he did. We have it on the board when I was given this example.
flat, F sharp.
Wolf starts in D, okay? Or excuse me, B flat. Then he goes to D major, and then he goes to G flat. So he goes chromatic third up, and then he goes straight from there to the chromatic third below. So he has an entire phrase in B flat, and then he has one in D, and then in G flat. There's a, let's see, it's 343, oh, 4A, Requiem. This one's a little bit tricky because this is the impressionistic period.
What does requiem, what does that mean?
I mean, it's rest. I mean,
Okay.
like rest in peace.
So it's for a funeral essentially?
Requiem in aeterna, yeah, rest in peace. Requiem is the rest part.
Ew, B double flat.
And there's not much else to say about this. It's just if you can wrap your mind around the spelling of it, and you want to try it. Pick a dramatic moment, you want to bring out a dramatic word or something. If you try it, you'd be surprised at how easy it is to get the music to sound.